Hello, watching Vnews Bulletin now. Bong from North, and now the headlines as usual.
Vietnam seek ways to step up food exports to African market. Digital transformation promoting consumption of Bắc Giang lychees. And later on, folk cuisine being served at 5-star hotels.
Let's begin our bulletin with the most prominent events of the week from June 27 to July the 3rd.
Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng said, despite many complications, continuous efforts are needed to stop wrongdoings. He made the statement while chairing a national conference on anti-corruption work in the 2012 to 2022 period. The conference on June 30th served to promote the results of the last 10 years and the lessons learned. Party leader Trọng said many valuable lessons can be learned, both in theory and in practice, from the fight against corruption in the country of the past time. He emphasized the need to fully and deeply realize the position, meaning, and importance of the fight against corruption. The work must be placed under the leadership of the party. During the 10-year fight, more than 2,700 party organizations and nearly 168,000 members have been disciplined, including 7,390 members punished for corruption or linked with corruption.
Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng, helpful the president of the Cambodian People's Party, Samdech Thein Hun Sen on June 27th, on the occasion of the 71st anniversary of the founding of the Cambodian People's Party and the 55th anniversary of diplomatic relations between the two countries. Party leader Trọng congratulated the Cambodian Party for leading the Cambodian people to reap great and important achievements in many fields over the past 71 years. Hun Sen, who doubles as Cambodian Prime Minister, thanked Party Chief Trọng. He also thanked Vietnam for coordinating and assisting Cambodia in successfully organizing an event in commemoration of the 45th anniversary of the historical journey by now Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen to overthrow Pol Pot's genocidal regime.
National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ paid an official visit to Hungary from June 25th to 28th. The visit was made at the invitation of Speaker of the National Assembly of Hungary, Laszlo Kovar. The visit of Chairman Huệ took place amid good development of the Vietnam-Hungary ties after two countries elevated their relationship to comprehensive partnership during the visit in 2018 of Vietnam's Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng. Chairman Huệ and his Hungarian counterpart Laszlo Kovar agreed that despite long geographic distance, the two countries share many similarities in cultural tradition and common values, which is the foundation for them to deepen their multifaceted partnership. The two leaders signed an agreement on cooperation between two national assemblies in the next period, with deeper and more extensive contents that are suitable with the new context and situation.
Vietnamese National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ has had a meeting with the speakers of the UK House of Commons Sir Lindsay Hoyle and House of Lords John McFarlane on June 29th in London during his official visit to the UK. In the meeting with Sir Lindsay Hoyle, the two leaders expressed delight at the growing ties between Vietnam and the UK that is at their height. The two leaders agreed that the two countries' authorities and businesses should be more active in capitalizing on the UK-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement to promote post-pandemic recovery and to respond to challenges related to supply chains, food security, and energy security. The two leaders noted that Vietnam and the UK have made several achievements in education cooperation. There seems ample room for further growth, and measures should be devised to advance cooperation on this important front. Later this day, we also met with the Speaker of the House of Lords John McFarlane. The top Vietnamese legislator said Vietnam welcomes the G7's decisions to include Vietnam among the first three countries to assist in realizing COP26 commitments. hoping that the UK would share its experience in building the roadmap and policies in this matter. The UK House of Lords Speaker highly appreciated Vietnam's participation in international commitments to environmental protection and emission reduction.
According to the Vietnam Trade Promotion Agency and the Ministry of Industry and Trade, African countries' demand for food, especially rice, is high and diverse. Therefore, Vietnam is striving to seek partnerships to boost food exports to the African market.
Statistics show that in the first 5 months of 2022, Vietnam shipped $2.38 million worth of the products to Algeria. Rice was the major export product of Vietnam to Africa, which accounted for 20% of total export revenue generated from the market, which is also a promising land for Vietnamese coffee and peppercorn. Each year, African countries spend about $750 million on importing coffee. Vietnam has been one of the 5 major suppliers of the products in Africa. Experts reminded Vietnamese exporters to pay greater attention to transport and preservation stages when exporting goods to Africa. They advised Vietnamese firms to carefully study the market as well as legal regulations in each country and information of its partners to avoid risks by choosing safe payment methods. At the same time, they underlined the need for exporters to ensure that their products meet particular requirements in each market.
Developing the digital economy is one of 3 important goals within its policy of promoting digital transformation that Bắc Giang province has been targeting. Recent efforts to boost its digital economy have proven effective, with the clearest example being the effect of digital transformation on the consumption of local licenses. This is ushered growing licenses for export on an area of more than 1 hectare and belonging to Mr. Nguyễn Văn Thuận in Tân Yên District, Bắc Giang Province. In 2021, Thuận family joined a cooperative producing licenses for export to Japan that meet strict requirements in the choosing market. His licenses have been selling on e-commerce platforms for around $30,000 a kilo, while market price ranges between $15,000 to $20,000 a kilo.
We were often undercut by buyers in the past. Now we have our product on e-commerce platforms with stable sales and very good prices.
Tân Yên District had a total of more than 1,300 hectares growing licenses this year, with the harvest estimated at 16,500 tons. The total lychee growing area that meets VietGAP and Global GAP standards is about 350 hectares.
Farmers in Tân Yên not only put their lychees on e-commerce platforms such as Lazada and Voso, but also actively promote them through Facebook, Zalo, YouTube, and other social networks.
As well as the positive effects from the early consumption of lychees, Lục Ngạn District, which has the largest late lychee production area in the province, has prepared the necessary steps to promote the consumption of lychees via e-commerce. The image of Lục Ngạn lychees is also being promoted, and they're being sold on social networks such as Facebook, Zalo, and YouTube. Though new sales channels, these have had a major impact. The area of lychees grown according to VietGAP and Global GAP standards accounts for more than 80% of the total lychee area, with 27 area codes issued for exports to Japan.
Sở Công Thương đã phối hợp với Cục Thương mại điện tử và Kinh tế số của Bộ Công Thương.
We cooperate with the Vietnam E-commerce and Digital Economy agencies at the Ministry of Industry and Trade and many e-commerce platforms to help cooperatives and farmers start online sales and also give them the necessary training.
Những cái kỹ năng mà kinh doanh.
According to the Baksang Department of Industry and Trade, in 2021, about 8,000 tons of Baksang lychee were sold via e-commerce platforms. Significant volumes were sold at stable prices, bringing practical benefits to farmers.
Vietnam Airlines is coordinating with the Hanoi Travel Association and the Thăng Long Hanoi Heritage Conservation Center in connecting its passengers with a night tour of the Thăng Long Imperial Citadel.
Specifically, passengers with boarding passes on Vietnam Airlines flights from other localities to Hanoi in 2022 will be offered a discount of 50,000 dong, about $2.15 per person when buying the night tour decoding Thăng Long Imperial Citadel. The usual price of the tour is currently 3,000 dong. The promotion program is applied to the tour on every Friday and Saturday evening. Travelers will begin their 1.5-hour tour at Đoàn Môn Main Gate, the entrance to Cẩm Thành Forbidden Palace, the King's Residence, and learn about the site's history, architecture, and functions there. The last destination of this trip is the archaeological site at number 18 Hoàng Diệu Street, where visitors will experience a laser light show of outstanding antiquities of the Thăng Long Imperial Citadel. Tourists can take part in a game in which they have to identify typical objects of feudal dynasties in the past.
More and more Vietnamese folk cuisine has been voted among the world's most delicious dishes recently. The local tourism industry has started to put this strength to best use, with folk cuisine appearing on menus at luxurious hotels.
Hai Phong crab noodle soup is made from filled crab noodles and a variety of seasonal green vegetables and toppings such as spring rolls and fresh shrimp. It gave this diner a delicious breakfast while he was attending an event at the 5-star Rex Hotel in Ho Chi Minh City.
It tastes quite similar to the crab noodle soup I have eaten in Hai Phong. I feel better and happier after enjoying it in the high-end space of the hotel.
And it is bánh chặng cake from the Chinese community, prepared by chefs at the Sheraton Saigon Hotel. The cake is cooked properly, with a traditional taste, but with little changes to match the taste boost of high-end diners and foreign guests.
Our diners are luxury guests, so I changed the ingredient a little. I determined the taste of our diners first, then cook the dish to their liking.
Public interest in food over recent years has resulted in culinary tourism becoming a new trend in the global tourism industry. Vietnam is considered a new culinary paradise for tourists, in which folk cuisine plays an important role.
Serving delicious dishes to our diners is an honor for us. It is also about preserving and developing Vietnamese cuisine.
The preservation and introduction of 4 dishes at 5-star hotels not only contributes to promoting the diversity of Vietnamese culinary culture, but also makes the tourism sector more attractive in the eye of travelers, especially foreign visitors.
And that's a wrap up our news bulletin. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.